Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. One of my biggest weaknesses is that I always want things that I can't have, even if the thing doesn't even make sense for me to want in the first place. I worked at a tutoring center over a summer in Bellevue, Washington, and two things about the center bothered me. I really Peter liked all of our students. I Peter liked the material. I even Peter liked most of my colleagues. The problems were the scheduling and also the real estate. What had happened was that we had a very small space. There was nowhere to set down the books. And one of the students who I otherwise would Peter like had this weird habit. He wanted to sit directly in the front of the classroom, even though there was plenty of seating available behind him. And it made it impossible for me to set the book down. And so by the end of the day, my posture was killing me. The other thing I didn't like about the work that I really, Peter, disliked was the schedule. We had 2 hours of classes and then a 30-minute break and then another 2 hours of classes. And I would have, if I could have it my way, I'd either get rid of the break altogether or have a longer 1 hour break. I'll let you pause the video to think why either of those would be preferable. It sounds kind of counterintuitive, right? But I'll let you pause the video to think why either of those would be better than having a 30-minute break. Well, having the 30-minute break had the worst of both worlds. It made the day longer, and you didn't have enough time to do what you wanted to do, right? What I really wanted to do, not every day, because I wouldn't be able to afford it anyway, what I really wanted to do during that 1 hour break was to go to my favorite restaurant and be really recharged, right? In fact, one day, I decided to tell my students that can we begin the second class a little bit later? I have some kind of a family event to go to, and we could begin half an hour later. But then I met with the students, and some of the students wouldn't be able to do it. And then I went back to the classroom, and I really, Peter, liked everybody there that I decided to cancel the idea. I only wanted to daydream about the idea. As soon as it involved actually missing time with the students, forget it, right? I only scheduled that day off just to daydream about the idea. I kind of did it again this year again. November 7th is Mary Curry's birthday. And it really bothers me that every year I have to work on all of the days that I find special. Mary Curry's birthday. Um, I personally believe Mary Curry was reincarnated into Evelina Falinta, and her birthday is just 2 weeks before Mary Curry's birthday. And I always have to work those days. And also other personal anniversaries. Next month we'll have the anniversaries of Challenger and Columbia. I would so much love to mourn all of that, right? But I have to work, and so I told my students, I want to take a day off for an extended family member's birthday. I conveniently left out the fact that it was so extended we might not even be able to trace through genealogy just how far, right? I conveniently left out that detail. And also the fact that the family member isn't even alive anymore, right? They're going to celebrate a family member's birthday. And so I scheduled the day off, and then I daydreamed about what I could do about it. And then the next day, one of my students came to me, and the way he spoke, for some reason, I Peter like him for the most part, but the way that he spoke to me that day really touched my heart in some way. I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll cancel the day off. You come first, and I canceled the day. I only scheduled the day off just so I could daydream about what I would do on that day off. Isn't that weird? Um, but this is, I mean, wanting a day off just because I can't have it may seem like a small bother. Where it really bothers me is when I miss out on things that I actually have because I daydream of stuff that I can't have. Here's another funny example. I was 13 years old, and my dad used to give me a tough time about sitting too close to the television set. I was a big fan of Survivor 1. I was a big fan of Colleen Haskell from Survivor 1. and I would sit a little bit too close to the television, and my dad was so upset, and that upset me so much that I decided to grab the sofa, put it in front of the TV, and sit there to watch. And I didn't even enjoy it. I could hardly see her body from that close, but I only did it because my dad was so, and I couldn't have it, right? It was his home and his rules, and so when he went away to go run an errand or something, I would make sure to move the sofa in front of the TV. But that's a very minor example, right? Where it really hurts is, well, I guess a lot of people have this problem, right? When people of importance tell them that they need to social distance or to wear a mask, they tell them that they need to conserve energy, right? You see so many people idle their cars. I don't know if it's because they can't do it, but on a national level, it also happens too, right? Where it gets really tragic is uh, when I miss out on enjoying relationships because I'm daydreaming about somebody that I can't have, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.